Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Tyranniod here again, and I'm back for another review. This time it's COD 4, as you can see here. Um, as you all know, Infinite Warfare came with a remastered version of COD 4, which is absolutely fantastic. It comes packed with everything. It comes with the campaign, the arcade mode, and the multiplayer, and it's even got extra additions. It's not just the game copy and pasted, they've literally worked their asses off. Everything is improved graphically, everything is overhauled, and I'm just going to talk about each thing individually. So we'll start off with the campaign. For anyone that hasn't played COD 4, I'll briefly go over what you can expect, and then I'll talk about what the remaster has done. So basically, COD 4 basically has you act in the scenario of an impending world war, or the very beginning of it. Basically, you're going to take up the role of SAS officers, and you're going to take up the role of United States Marines. And these levels kind of vary. They've got their own differences. When you're playing as the United States Marines, you don't play for them for maybe 25% of the campaign is them. I'm not going to tell you why, but basically, they're just they're meatheads. Their levels are literally just shooting the crap out of enemies, blowing enemies up, just blowing everything up in sight. You're normally packed with an M4 and enough grenades to level a whole room, maybe a whole building. Who knows? But that's basically all there is to those levels. But they are really good levels. They really do immerse you, and you feel like you're there in the middle of a fight in some Middle Eastern country. The SAS levels, on the other hand, tend to be more stealth and gunplay. I mean, you're given a load of equipment. You are given a ton of equipment. You're normally given a completely modded M4, and these levels can start off really slow, sneaking around, and then go into a full-on guns blazing fight. But that's pretty much it. That's all there is to the campaign. I mean, it's really good, and what is there is fantastic, and it's all done very well. There's also one level in an AC 130, sorry, but I think everyone knows about that level. That one's pretty good as well. But that's all you're basically going to expect from the campaign. And there's obviously your regular difficulty levels. You've got recruit, regular, hard, veteran. They'll make things more challenging depending on how you want to play. There's also intel to collect, but who goes through for the intel? It just unlocks cheats, but the cheats aren't that great anyway. Um, so yeah, uh, then there's the arcade mode. You can actually run through the campaign again. I've never actually done it. I've never actually played the arcade mode on either the PS3 or the PS4. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this because I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never felt the urge to go through. But you can play through the campaign and earn points depending on how fast you get through it and how you kill them, I suppose. But personally, I don't see the point. I think it's more of an old school trope. I mean, obviously, they've devolved away from that sort of stuff, but this was early PS3 time that this happened, so we'll let them off. Um, Before I go on to talking about the meat of the experience, I will say now that, well, I will start talking about what the remaster's done. Basically, they have remodeled, retextured, redone the lighting, redone absolutely everything on the campaign. The levels have still got the same layout and everything, and same audio. Well, I should say the same voice actors. The audio has changed on a lot of the guns. They've redone all the gun sounds, all these other sounds. Sounds come out of the PS4 controller actually now when you reload, which I think is really cool. So they've redone everything. The explosions look fantastic. All the models look great. Lighting, especially when it's raining, like on the crew expendable bit that you've just seen, the rain looks fantastic on you. And there's also a few extra additions in the campaign. There's not many, but there's one particular bit. The training level at the beginning. There was a bit on the PS3 original where you could, uh, you'd as you're going to meet Captain Price, you'd see these people taking part in a training course, That now, if you go over to it, is actually, of course, to teach you how to use C4 and grenades and stuff. There's new voice acting in there, new dialogue, and I've just thought that was pretty neat that they've added a few things to this, 9-year-old game. I think that's fantastic. They've really put a lot of effort into this game. Apart from that, though, the campaign is basically just the same thing you've experienced before. There are also trophies now, which I guess is a plus for anyone who wants to go trophy hunting, but if you can brave the veteran mode on this game, then fair enough, fair play to you, go for that platinum. Now, multiplayer. The multiplayer that started off the whole FPS boom, I should say, because after this, every single FPS game was trying to imitate COD for ages. Basically, if you've played any of the new CODs, this one is quite slow, but that's not a bad thing. This game is absolutely fantastic. The multiplayer's got this amazing atmosphere about it. There's it's quite basic. All the guns have like 2-3 attachments. That's it. There's no like various amounts of sights that you can have on your gun, along with like 20 billion attachments. You've got a red dot sight, a silencer, a grenade launcher, and an ACOG sight. That's it. Some guns even have less than that. So it's really a really balanced playing field. All the weapons feel balanced. They all feel great, apart from the Dragunov. That's shit, but I don't think anyone's going to use that anyway. And then all the perks sort of like counter each other. There's some useless perks, but they're all really good. You've got stopping power, Juggernaut. You've got perk. The perk 1 set is actually not perks; it's equipment, which is quite strange, really, going back to it. But it works fine. You get extra flashbangs, extra grenades, extra C4, and all this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And the kill streaks as well. The kill streaks are very basic, and I think this actually benefits the game, because I think one of the problems that really killed the COD franchise, well, not killed, but really hurt it, was the mass amount of kill streaks. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, you had like, I think there was something like 15 to 20 kill streaks in that game, including the nuke. People would prioritise the kill streaks over the objective of the game, and I think that really hurt the multiplayer. But in this game, that doesn't happen, because the highest kill streak is 7. You've got your UAV at 3, your airstrike at 5, your helicopter at 7. Anyone can get those. It's really not hard to get a 7 kill streak. And so you really don't have to work your ass off. You don't have to sit in a corner and camp and really be one of those bitches on multiplayer that no one likes. So there's a real level of teamwork in this as well. So yeah, the multiplayer is really basic, boots on the ground, slow but great, and that's fantastic for anyone that, because I know a lot of people have been asking for a boots on the ground COD in ages. I know it's just a remaster, but it's better than nothing. But yeah, there are extra prestiges this time around. I mean, I haven't got the time of day, and I'm sure 80% of people that are going to play this game aren't going to, but there are extra prestiges. There's now emblems, calling cards, stuff that were in the newer games. They've now been transported into here. You can have patches on your player, emblems on your gun. So there's all this extra stuff now to work towards in the multiplayer, just little extras. Cosmetically, everything looks absolutely amazing. The multiplayer maps look fantastic. They haven't changed a bit. They are still just as great as they were back in 2007. They are probably the best COD maps around. The maps are just getting worse and worse now, and I as a COD fan, can admit that they are getting dreadful. I think Infinite Warfare's got like 3 good maps, as I said in my review. But yeah, this multiplayer is great, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. Speaking of the new additions now, like I said, you've got your calling cards, you've got your emblems and stuff. There's a couple of new additions. There's the ability to inspect your weapon, which has no effect on gameplay whatsoever, but it looks so cool. If you press the down button while in game, you've probably seen it in this video now. I think I do it a couple of times. But you will inspect your weapon and get a really cool animation. Most of them are kind of the same, but they just look cool, and I can't resist pressing the down button every time I enter the game. There are also only 10 maps at the moment. I will say only 10 of the 16 multiplayer maps made it in. They are meant to be adding the last 6 in December, and that's this month. So yeah, anybody looking at this review can go get the game now, and the maps will be there very shortly. So you'll have all 16 maps. Hopefully they bring the extra 4 DLC maps in as well. And the last edition, which I thought was fantastic. Actually, I should say there's 2 last editions, but they kind of go hand in hand with each other. Is they have added a bot mode. Now, I just need to say that playing COD since Black Ops 1, there's those times when you just get fed up with everyone online. Everyone, you get angry, and everyone's a dickhead. It doesn't matter if it's their fault or yours, they're a dick. And you can't admit to it, you can't admit that it might be your fault, they're a dick. And you just need time to chill. So there's nothing better than going to fight bots. And the bots have got more and more intelligent as the games have gone on. I remember the bots in Black Ops 1 were awful. Well, the bots are back in COD 4 and they are on par. They are on par, and it feels like you're still playing against players online, and it's just really great. It's really fun. You can come up with some really fun creative modes against the bots, and it's just nice to have that addition in this game, as obviously COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2 lacked a bot mode. And there is also another thing that arrived in Black Ops 1 and has been in the series ever since, and that is split screen multiplayer. You can now play with a friend on the same console in the same house on COD 4. Now that is absolutely fantastic, and that is just, that was something that was a missed opportunity for Modern Warfare 2 and games prior to that, because there's nothing better than just sitting down with a buddy and playing a classic game in split screen online. And I must say, in terms of frame rate and lag, there's the odd bit of lag here, but it's nothing compared to what you ever faced back in the old days. Let's just say they were very laggy. So there's nothing compared to that. I think I have played about 7 hours of the multiplayer in total and had about 2 bits of lag, and it didn't even affect the whole game. It was just very minor. As for frame rate, I haven't even experienced any problems with that, apart from one time when it was a ground war, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but a lot of players conglomerated in one area, and we did drop the frame rate. It looked like it was dropping into the 20s, but that was a real that was chaos. There were RPGs and everything flying everywhere, helicopters in the air, airstrikes landing down, but that took a lot to break it. So it plays well. It does really hold itself up. So that's all I'm really going to say about the game, guys. I could probably just keep chatting on and on and on about this game, but you'll get bored and you'll want to go out and buy it, hopefully. So yeah, Modern Warfare was a fantastic game back in the day, and it's better than ever. If I could pick whether to play the original on old gen hardware or play this one, I'd choose this one any day. It's just fantastic. It's a remaster done correctly, and we've had quite a few of them this year, actually. So, yeah, go out, buy COD 4, guys. So that's this review done. Thank you very much, guys. The next review is either I'm maybe going to do GTA 5 or Black Ops 3, because I plan to get Black Ops 3 removed from my console, so I might as well actually do that one next. So I hope you can stay tuned to that, guys. If you did like this video, then please remember to press that like button. If you want to see more content from me, then press that juicy red subscribe button. If you didn't like this, then I'm so sorry I couldn't please you, but I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTube channels out there, and that's that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.